Welcome to Top 10 Archive. In our prior installment of 10 perfectly timed photos, we focused mostly on snapshots that people could be proud of. But we realized there's an entire market out there for perfectly timed sports photos that are just plain awkward and humiliating. So we're back with 10 awkwardly timed sports photos. Number 10, bat to the face. There's no shame in being a power hitter until you accidentally break your bat and a photographer just so happens to capture the moment it cracks you right in the face. So long as you keep your composure, as this steel-willed New York Yankee seemed to do for this millisecond of time, you should be okay. Then again, there'll be this image of you getting hit by your own bat circulating throughout the internet. Number 9, hit first. Being a professional diver comes with its own slew of dangerous hazards. You can slip off the board, land incorrectly in the water, or do what this modern marvel pulled off. Thanks to the anonymous photographer of this spectacular specimen, we're able to see the precise moment things went wrong, when the diver's head somehow made contact with the diving board. Maybe she was able to recover and pull off a pretty mean and bloody cannonball, though. Number 8, I've made a terrible mistake. At least that's what that face reads to us, as if she made this incredible leap and, in mid-flight, remembered that she's deathly afraid of any measure of height. The alleged story behind this fairly hilarious shot is that the twisted look of pain is because she actually pulled a muscle. Yeah, it definitely sucks that she's in any amount of pain while pulling off things most of us can't even picture ourselves doing. Yeah, but that doesn't take away from the chuckle we get at this eternal still. Number 7, face full of ball. When timed right, a headbutt in a soccer match, football for the non-Americans, can be one of the most badass maneuvers to pull off. If you're off even the slightest bit, though, it's bound to become quite the humiliating moment, especially if it happens to be captured on camera and somehow makes its way around the internet, eventually landing on a list of awkward sports photographs. Number 6, I won? This one needs a little context to make sense, though it's clear to boxing aficionados who the referee is declaring the winner. At the end of his bout with Kenyan boxer Peter Raui, Liu Ben was photographed celebrating his own victory, but the real gem came when the Chinese boxer realized he didn't actually win. As the realization set in, we're treated to this golden snapshot which allows us to see the precise moment Liu Ben's excitement and joy was shattered to pieces. Number 5, get your dive face on. There are quite a few examples of this incredible moment in sports photography, so it's tough to land on just one. It's almost as if the same photographer goes from dive competition to dive competition with the intent to collect a mass of these beautifully disturbing shots for some sort of weird scrapbook. Whatever the process is that keeps giving us these horrific gems, we really hope it never stops. They do make one wonder if there's a market for mid-air, ugly face competitions. Number 4, one for the guys. We couldn't help but think that, for this installment, we should pander to the desires of those that view our work. So here you go, gents. It may not look too awkward to you, but one has to assume this athletic pole vaulter was hoping her golden moment would be memorialized a little better. You know, maybe with her face in view and her rear a little less prominent. Possibly even shift the angle and wait a little longer so we could see her successful, triumphant landing rather than, well, her butt. Number 3, one for the ladies. Don't worry, lasses, we've got you covered as well, though you'll have to use your imagination a little more than our gentlemen archivists. It's a little difficult to tell whether or not this picture was staged, especially considering the perfect placement and alignment of, well, everything. The Bears number 8 even seems to be enjoying himself a little too much. Regardless of whether it was staged, we wonder if these two knew it would be forever imprinted on the internet, and now the archive. Luckily for us, this photographer was ready to capture it forever. Number 2, I've almost got it. So, this is what goes on during football games? If that's the case, you can bet we'll be watching a lot more of it in the future. Really though, was the ball hidden so well that he thought it was jammed up there and, in a panic, tried to save his rival? Ow, 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 ow. Judging by the look on the bottom player's face, it's not the most pleasurable experience. Could this be another staged scenario, played for a quick laugh without the foresight to think that a nearby photographer would be quick on the draw, immortalizing it forever? Number 1. Hole-in-one. Being gored by a bull can't be an experience you want to remember, especially if the bovine happens to catch you where the sun don't shine. Now you gotta know that every time this individual, who seems to be a part of a rodeo rather than a matador, stumbles across this incredibly awkward picture, he instinctively goes to sit on an ice pack. Heck, we're just looking at the picture and we're starting to get a little sore. I need some ice.